Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Monza. It should be a fun race. This place, I'm just going to be honest, we're at the Monza Jr. track. Very small racetrack for a Road Series race, but it's going to be a great time for us up here in the booth, I do expect. There you go. There's the look of the track. Look at that. Whew, that's going to be fun. Turn 1 and turn 2 and 3 are going to be very tricky. All the way down the first gear there. See the race temp right now. Weather track temp is at 80 degrees. Draft going to play a factor in this one. We do expect anyway. Who really knows? But we do expect to see that. Let me cut this music off as we get set for a great night of double action racing here on ESPN. We're going to be live on Facebook here in just a little bit with the Strictly Street Stocks. They'll be continuing their chase here this afternoon, or this evening, should I say. Right now, qualifying is underway. We'll hop over and watch one of our drivers. Here's Reed Rundle. He's out on track right now. We'll continue to watch him in that number 43 car. Best lap, 46.818. Trying to improve this lap. Not going to be able to. It does not look like. Actually, just out starting his lap, so. As I mentioned, draft is going to be a factor here. Joe Burchett, Ross Booth has been great this season, along, of course, with Tommy Ryan. Tommy, right now, back in 10th, so that's pretty interesting. We got 23 drivers from what I'm seeing in here right now. So that's going to make some fun racing here, especially when in turn 1, we don't really know what's going to happen. But we'll watch Joe here, as he was our winner last week. And here he comes down to the start-finish line this time. Don't know if he's going to be able to improve this lap or not, but 46.412, his best lap. This time, 46.783. So that goes to show a little bit of draft is going to go a long way. Here's Mitch Heller. We know we got people pulling for him. His best lap of 46.615, 47 second lap that time. Also, Terry Dahl. He's up right there in that blue car at BMW. Right now, it is Ferrari, BMW Ferrari, and then a Ford of Dave Hill. Currently 4th. Mitch Heller, and then we just got a boatload of BMWs from 5th back to 9th. And 2 Ferraris, and Tommy Ryan and Bill Palucki. 13 minutes and 20 seconds here in qualifying. We got a couple more minutes to go before we set the grid up for tonight's race. Let me know in the chat who you guys are pulling for. As we're putting on another lap there. Let's jump up to Ross Booth. In that Gorilla Glue, orange and green. We've seen that car plenty of times over the seasons, and seen it again here tonight. Make sure I was live. Sorry about that. I had to check everything. Ross actually slowing down here. May actually be going back to pit road, or he's trying to get the back end of this so he can try to put it on a fast lap. That's kind of what it looks like. It looks like he may be trying to wait on some draft a little bit here. I'm not quite sure, but maybe. See the lights and stuff like that on the race cars already on. As Ryan Robertson putting on a pretty good lap there, 46.888. Still keeps him 3rd. Burchett 46.882. And Joe Burchett goes around in turn 1, and everybody's going to try to avoid him. He decides to mess up everybody's qualifying lap. Well, somebody got him right there. I'm not sure who that was. Who was it that actually got him? This is qualifying, so keep that in mind. He's got to be careful. He told me earlier he was actually having trouble at turn 1. He's going for it. I don't think he's the only one. Oh, that was Reed Rundle that actually got the back of him. All right. So it does look like that Ross Booth is going to be your pole sitter. Still waiting to confirm that Tommy Ryan did jump up to 8th. He is still out on track, so we'll see if he can move up here in just a little bit. We actually didn't show the track map, but there you go. Tommy working on a long backstretch here at Monza Jr. into turns 4 and 5. And here he comes off the corner. Let's see if he can improve his lap. Ross Booth's currently your pole sitter. Needs to be to 46.708 to move up. Currently 8th right now. It does not. 46.713. Not quite enough there. Christopher Jimenez out on track as well. Currently 13th. 46.949 best lap. As he works through turns 4 and 5 coming to the start-finish line. This will put it into qualifying. And here he comes. Nope, I lied. He's just going to shut it off there. And I think that will be... I'm trying to see who this is. What is this? All right. Anyway. So there you go. Qualifying is officially over. Congratulations, Ross Booth, picking up the pole award here tonight. As we get set to go. We'll get a look at your grid here as well. There you go. There's your top 12 drivers here in qualifying tonight. The Canadian of Ross Booth picking up the pole, almost a tenth over Joe Burchett that lap. Ryan Robertson, Dave Hill, Mitch Heller, Terry Dahl, David Berry, Tommy Ryan, Brian Arby, Reed Rundle, Scott Hustad, Bill Paul Lucky. There's the rest of them. Right there. All right, so we are set to go as we wait on everybody else to grid. You see Joe Burchett up front. We're waiting on a couple more cars to grid up, and we'll be ready to roll. Got to take a trip around here before we start rolling. From what I was told, brakes are going to be pretty important. And I will be honest, draft is going to be very important because it allows you to save fuel. These guys do have to pit for fuel here one time, at least once. And if you're able to save some during the draft, the less fuel you'll have to take. And we've seen multiple races this season where it gets won and lost. Actually, for the past few seasons, multiple races won and lost on pit road. So we'll see how Ross plans to work this because he would not have draft since he's going to be starting up front. Does he try to slow down? That's what these guys get. All right, so we are set to roll here, I think. Yep, here we go. It looked like Brian Chubb did not grid, and Rudy did not grid as well, so it's all right, though. And here we go. I'm going to guess these guys are probably going to be rolling around here in a high gear to save a little bit of gas, maybe even shut the car off. I don't really know. I don't know if guys actually do that. We've never really listened on board one of these cars, but it is a good idea to do. This is on board with our pole sitter, Ross Booth. You can see him warming up the tires, rolling around in third gear. There's Joe Burchett, and he is rolling around in sixth gear. A couple other guys rolling around in first gear. And it might not be a lot that he's saving, but it could help. So we'll find out as we get set to roll here from Monza Jr. How about this track? This is a fun little racetrack. It's a very tough racetrack, kind of unique for us to come here. When I first seen it, I was like, it's pretty interesting. But I do like the call to come here, and here we are. Alright, so here we go. Green flag set to come out here as the Gorilla Glue number 6. Up front, here's your current points leader here in the Red Sox Racing Series. We'll see how he does. As the pace car is in, the green flag set to wave. Wait for the lights to turn red. That pretty much indicates the green flag for us. Here we go. Green flag is out. What is Ross Booth playing here? Into turn 1. He's going to be able to stay out front. Ryan Robertson trying to take second. Not going to be able to do it. Everybody trying to get single file. This is one place you do not want to be side by side working through turns 1, 2, and 3. Maybe 1 you'll be okay, but 2 and 3 probably not. A lot of narrow. Back here's your passing zone. Dave Hill looking to make a pass on Ryan Robertson. He pulled out, pulled back in line, and not going to go to right now. Definitely not surprised to see this by any means. Single file is going to be a main factor around here. Dave Hill actually just went off track. These off tracks, by the way, there's a very fine line. And here's Dave Hill looking way to the inside. Actually might let Mitch Heller get side by side with him, and this is Ron Robertson putting the pass, trying to on Joe Burchett. Robertson going to go wide. He slides. He's able to get back in line. Now under attack from Dave Hill as they work through turns 2 and 3 and 4. A little bit of almost contact. That was Dave Hill. May have had an off track there as well, but good battling back here. And now you know why I said it's not a good idea to go side by side through turns 2 and 3. That is a deadly corner. How about Mitch Heller putting a lot of pressure right now on both of these guys as they run side by side. There's the 45 getting into the back bumper to 13. And he's able to keep it going. Don't see no damage, but there could be incident points on that. And one thing is, if you do not get incident in this series, you actually get a bonus point. So, you know. Once again, Ryan Robertson. Just want to point out that Joshua King just passed Christopher Jimenez for P13. Joshua up a spot. As you see him in that Ferrari. Dave Hill having trouble. He's dropping back. You see him dropping back. Now, he did go off track. Not sure what happened. See if we can go back to see. Here is a replay. I bet he just got loose. Oh, that's what happened. Robertson getting into the wall. So, Robertson, and Dave Hill wrecked again. He's into the tire barrier. Not sure what happened. Did him and Robertson make more contact? Nope. Let's see what happened here. Oh, it's Christopher Jimenez getting into the bumper. Dave Hill goes for a ride into the tire barrier. Luckily, not a lot of damage, but unfortunately for Dave Hill, not the night he wanted. He's going to be back to 21st. Actually has entered pit lane. Not maybe done. Up front, Ross Booth still leading the way. Joe Burchett still second. Mitch Heller now up to third. Terry Dahl up to P4. Terry and Mitch both up 2 spots. Right now the biggest mover in this race is James Prostell and David Hudson. They're both up 4 spots. Wow, what a crazy first couple of laps. And this race is only 30 minutes long, so. Ron Robertson went off track. Oh, David Berry having some trouble. A lot of stuff going on. Terry Dahl having issues. Ron Robertson and Terry Dahl may have made contact. Not what these guys needed. They was running so well. Here's what happened. Oh, Robertson just dive bombing to 14. Basically cleans out the 53 of Terry Dahl. Probably not very happy with that move, I would say so. Robertson really I don't think he really thought anybody would be there. Tough break for this race for the 210. He was so fast in practice. As we get another look at it. Oh, tough break as we are back live. Wow. How about that? Another replay that we just had right here. Brian Arby goes off track. Ooh. Good piece of driving, though. That could have been bad. Here's Christopher Jimenez taking a look to the inside of that Haas BMW. Keep in mind, all tracks do hurt these guys as far as points go. That's an extra bonus point. You can see right here already some points given out already from off tracks. Back up front. Let's compare lap times between our leader and Joe Burchett. Joe may be saving just a little bit, but you see Joe is a little bit slower right now. Now Ross has won 2 races. Joe won last week. These guys are going to have a good season. Both of them are. Once again. Tommy Ryan working his way up through the field after some incidents he's avoided. He's now up to P number 5, up 3 spots, trying to run down David Berry right here in front of him in that 14 car. It's Reed Rundle as well, right there in the 6th position. That turn right here has been deadly to everybody tonight. Once again, these guys do have to hit pit road here at some point. During this race, they'll run 35% fill load. So they will be on pit road here probably about halfway through this race. And you can already see, we're coming up on lap 10. It does not take very long to do lap times around here. Back up towards the front. Still Ross Booth, Burchett, and Mitch Heller currently in the P3 spot. David Berry in 4th. Tommy Ryan, P5. Somebody I noticed that's not here tonight is Mark Wilson. Hope everything's good with Mark. Also, Les Turner. He's in here. I know that he was going through some stuff, I believe. That's who it was. Maybe wrong about who it was, but either way, Les right now watching the battle right up in front of him. As you see, Christopher Jimenez and David Hudson. Hudson's done really nice. He's up 7 spots right now, up to 11th. Oh, a little bit of lock up there for Jimenez. So tires are starting to get to where these guys really like them. Probably already good, to be completely honest. Into turn 1. So much rubber is actually laying on the track quite a bit. Joshua King having some trouble. Not sure what happened. See if we can find this. Here is Joshua. Oh, he just overshot the whole corner. That's tough right there. So he did go off track. He has to back up. Going to lose a lot of spots in that. He drops all the way back to 19th. He was actually up quite a few spots too. Tough break. Les Turner getting some pressure put on from James Prost. Now, James has done a good job this race. He's up 7 spots as well. One of our biggest movers, David Hudson, the biggest mover, with 8 spots gained. James with 7. Oh, coming up on the 10-minute mark. Here in this one. Still watching James Prostel here in the number 16 car. Trying to run down Les Turner for that 12th position. As they work down the back stretch into turn number 4. James looks like he's trying to set this pass up. He's going to use his draft just a little bit here to try to get a run here down into turn 1. And you can see right there that Les not really having any part of that. He's going to go way inside so he can't get that draft. Joshua King had another off track. He is back on track now. Unfortunately, he's back to P19 or P20 now. King having some issues here in the middle of this one. Tough break. Let's look at lap time history between Joe Burchett and Ross Booth. We'll wait at the line to see. Did Burchett have an off track last time? No, he didn't. Pretty big difference right now. Not gonna lie. As you get a look here at your interval between the guys in front of him, Joe about 5 seconds behind Ross Booth. So this is really going to come down to pit stops. If Joe can make up that much time or not, it's going to be tough. So pit stop should be coming up here within just a couple moments. Here's a pass. Scott Hustad, Bill Palucki. This is for 7th. Reed Rundle made a pass a moment ago on David Berry. Here's a look at that replay of what just happened. Down the straightaway. Reed looking to the inside here going into turn 1. Able to use that draft, and great pass there by Reed. Reed's actually doing a fantastic job this race, up to P5 now. And still moving forward. He's actually up 5 spots as well. Scott Hustad, Bill Palucki, and Brian Arby. Brian Arby hasn't moved none. He's been right in ninth position. He's the only one that really hasn't moved up besides our 2 leaders, Booth and Burchett. Christopher Jimenez trying to run down Bill Palucki for... Actually, it's Christopher Jimenez trying to run down David Hudson for the 10th spot. Hudson has done a great job. Like I said, he's up 8 spots. Our biggest mover so far of the night. Next to him would be James Prostale. He still has 7. He's back in 13th. Mitch Heller. Let's clear his lap times to Joe Burchett and see if he's gaining any. Lap 13, 14, and 15, 16, he was gaining. 17, he wasn't, but he is closing the gap a little bit here. 6 lap times. That time, once again, Mitch Heller a little bit faster than Burchett, and Joe may be trying to save a little bit of gas. I'm not sure, so we won't have to take as much. But we are coming up on the halfway point here in about 30 seconds, so we'll see how that plays out. We just had an incident on the course. Bill Palucki enter pit lane. David Hudson enter pit lane. So pit stops underway. You did see that pass that Mitch Heller put on Joe. It looked like Joe just kind of moved over and let him go, knowing that Mitch was closing in. Waiting to see what the total time on pit road would be for some of these guys. Plucky now exiting pit road. 9 seconds of worth of gas for Bo Lucky. 11 seconds for David Hudson. James Prostell putting the pass on up to 10th. Keep in mind, there was some guys on pit road, so. Oh, Joe Burchett going to go for a ride. And he's going to be able to keep this spot, maybe. Tommy Ryan getting around him. That's a big pass right there. See what happened here to Joe. He was having trouble earlier in practice with turn 1. He said his brakes did not feel right, and, well, here's what happened. It was Mitch Heller kind of slowed down a little bit more. I believe we got Joe kind of caught him off guard a little bit, and there he went. Tough right there because it kind of hurts as far as the incident points with Ross and Joe now at 2. Who was that? Bertel off track. See what happened here. Actually, that was not Bertel that actually went off track, I don't think. Or was it? Oh, there it is. Actually, into the wall pretty hard. That was hard contact. He sat there for a while, too. He is back on track now, but you can see that car is really damaged here. We jump back up to our leader, who really right now has no pressure behind him. Mitch quite a few seconds back. Tommy Ryan, Joe Burchett back there as well. I want to go ahead and mention that next week's race will be at Suzuka Speedway, or Suzuka Raceway, so it's going to be a fun one. Should be. All these tracks that they actually got on the schedule is pretty fun. I'm sure other guys right now would probably, you know, prefer a longer racetrack, but hey, it's a good place. It's fun. So waiting on Ross Booth to hit pit lane. We're about, 12 minutes away from the end of this one. So they're going to be hitting pit road here soon, I would expect. Don't be surprised if we see Joe Burchett come down. He does got a quick repair. I don't think he really needs it. I don't see too much damage if there's any on that car. We're going to see if we can zoom in. There's a little bit right there on the splitter on the front driver's side. That's really about it. I don't see much other than that. Maybe a little bit there on the left front, but not horrible by any means. Ed Sutcliffe on pit road. Pull up front though, Ross Booth is just hammered down and going. He does enter pit road this time, so let's watch him as he comes down pit lane. See how Ross Booth does total time on pit road. You see at the bottom. Now this is total time on pit road. Mitch Heller did retake the lead. Ross Booth 8.9 seconds in the pit box. Total time on pit lane is going to be about 40. It looks like 41, 42, 42.6. So there you go. We'll leave the pit lane up, and you guys can get a better idea of who else is on pit lane. You see Terry Dawes on pit road, James Prostell on pit road, Les Turner's on pit road. As Mitch Heller coming down pit road this time. Joe Burchett also coming down. Yeah, let's watch Heller as he comes into his box. There's 42 seconds for our race leader on pit road. Let's see how much time these guys go. 8.6 for Heller. Joe Burchett, 8.8 for them two. Total time on pit road probably going to be around the same. Heller a little bit faster than our race leader. Same as Pachette, 41.6. They both gained a little bit here. As Tommy Ryan coming in the pit lane now. Tommy third in the point standings coming in. Could gain a little bit here. Depending on what happens. All this should cycle back through to Ross Booth. Kevin Kyle should be hitting pit lane here. He is. Tommy Ryan coming into pit road. Perfect stop there. And he will be down the way 7.8 seconds. So he actually took a second less half gas, or second less fuel wise than Burchett and Heller both. So he's going to try to gain up a little bit of spots here. He does gain a little bit actually. He's going to have to give way. So now we got our second, third, and fourth place drivers all nose to tail as Burchett putting some pressure on Tommy Ryan down the straightaway. This is for third. Tommy Ryan playing a little bit there down the straightaway. Burchett going to go. Don't know if that was off track. I don't think he got an off track for it. Mitch Heller also under pressure here. Ross Booth is pretty much gone right now. We will pop up the interval again. 11 seconds behind the leader. As we are coming to just a few minutes left in this one. 7 minutes mark coming up here in just a moment. Reed Rundle putting the pass on Scott Hustad. He's back up to 6 now. Oh, Burchett. Mitch Heller messed up just a little bit. See what actually happened here. Oh, big move there from Tommy Ryan. It did make Heller run wide, and Joe Burchett slams it in there as well, putting the pass on for third. Christopher Jimenez actually just left pit lane. He had some issues. Not sure what happened. I didn't see where he crashed, so not sure what happened there. Not sure. Tommy Ryan trying to get him to the bumper of Burchett. He does. Burchett got loose out of the corner. Go out side-by-side racing down into the next corner. This is probably going to have to Macy Joe lift a little bit here and try to fall in behind. He does not want to give up that spot to Heller as well. Drives it in pretty deep. Watch for the exit. That's the main thing. And Tommy Ryan trying to complete the pass. Going to do it for now. Watch for Joe to cut some of this track off as he runs wide. He looks back to the inside. Great racing here, though, between these two. As we talked about earlier, it's not a good thing to go side by side through that corner. These guys are going to do it. Burchett gets loose. That is going to allow Tommy Ryan to try to get back out in front. Looks like he is going to be able to. This has allowed Mitch Heller to close the gap up here. And it's allowed David Berry. So second, third, fourth, and fifth now running pretty much nose to tail as we are coming up to 3 minutes left in this one. We've already done 34 laps, by the way. It's pretty impressive for a place like this. Heller took a peek to the inside. Wasn't able to do it. He may pull out a line here down the straightaway using that draft. David Berry trying to close the gap up here on Heller as well to try to take away the fourth spot. Pretty good racing though for second, third, fourth, fifth. I mean, honestly, you don't really see that too much in road racing. Ross Booth right now caught up in a little bit of traffic here. As you see a lap car pulling over, going to let him go as they work down the backstretch. Still Ross Booth leading the way in this one right now. Did a great job in doing that. Ross Booth coming to the 1 minute to go mark. As back here, these guys are still going back and forth. There is possibly a pass heating up for third. David Berry making a little bit of contact with Mitch Heller. They keep it going. Able to stay in fourth right now is Heller. As we should be on the white flag, I believe, this time for Ross Booth, who goes wide. He may have got an off track for that. That is one thing he does not want. Let's see if he did. I don't see that he did, but it was close. So the checker flag is about to wave this time as Ross Booth looks for victory number 3 on the season. And coming to the checker flag, Ross Booth picks up the win here at Monza. Tommy Ryan going to pick up second. Good battle here for third. Going to be close coming to the checkered. It's a 3-car battle. Joe Burchett side by side with Mitch Heller. Who's it going to be? At the line is a 3-car, and I think Mitch Heller might have got him. Joe Burchett keeps third. Mitch Heller, that was a heck of a finish there for that spot. That was cool. All right, interviews coming up as we will talk to first, second, and third, but our race winner right here, Ross Booth picking up the win here tonight. Once again, he's been pretty much lights out in that Gorilla Glue car since he came back in here. Alrighty, with that said, we'll try to bring him in. Ross Booth, Adam's having up in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
P1 man dominating tonight. Let's just call it like it is. You was going from the get-go. Talk us through your night. Perfect job by you.
Yeah, I was... Honestly, the start of the race, green flag took forever to come out. I was telling Dave that we were in comms together. That was the most awkward start I think I've ever done. It just felt like it took forever to come out there, but once that and we got through turn 1 there, I'm not sure what all happened behind me. It looked like it was a good race for 2nd to 5th though, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm sad I couldn't make it last week. I was really sick, but I feel much better and happy to get the win.
Yeah, and 3 wins this season, man. We're not going to crown a champion because we still got 2 races left, but either way, that's got to feel pretty nice right now going into next week when we head to Suzuka.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. I hope I'm good at the last 2 tracks. I guess the next one's Suzuka,
yes.
And I have no idea what it is.
Oh, I forgot to, actually.
Yeah. I hope I'm good there, but I'm sure Joe and Tommy and Dave and Mitch and David are all going to be fast there too, so I got to stay on my toes.
Well, another victory. You know how to do it. Shout outs and all that.
I'd just like to thank my team, TMC Racing, Agi Motorsports. Shout out to Dave. Something happened in this race. That's unfortunate for him. And Wilson's pedals broke, so
really?
He needs to get back on here. Yeah, he broke them. I think he was mad at him or something.
Oh, actually, I'm sitting here reading it. Yeah, I'm sitting here reading it. Yeah, they broke. Wow. That's crazy. Hey, man, good job. Every time you're in that Gorilla Glue car, you always do well, so good job tonight.
Thanks, Adam. See ya.
Next up, Tommy Ryan. You got a copy.
For me.
Finishing second here tonight. Honestly, you didn't qualify. You didn't actually get in here until later in the session, so you didn't qualify the greatest, but, I mean, honestly, it wasn't a bad night by any means.
No, I was running a little late, and I'm not this is not my best place, even though, I mean, you talked about that last week. I was like, well, you know, if I get some practice, which I didn't. So I pretty much got my practice in qualifying. And I was kind of worried, you know, I was starting like, I don't know, 10th or something. And I was like, you know, this is kind of like a stock car oval kind of thing, and it's got the same tire model. So maybe if I can just avoid the calamity and take care of my tires, maybe I can come out with at least a podium maybe. And there at the end of the fuel run, I was actually running guys down, and I saw, I forget who it was in turn 1, had a little bit of trouble. Maybe been Joe, and I don't remember who it was now, but the pit started. I couldn't really tell as it was cycling where I was going to end up, and I came out and I was right in front of Joe, and I was like, man, this is going to be fun. And I don't know what it is about this tire model, but my tires felt a lot better before I pitted, and even after they warmed up, they just never really came back to what they were as before I hit pit road.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at the track. Actually, in turn 1, I see a lot of rubber, and I was going to ask you about that. Did you have trouble under braking at all? Was that an issue? We've seen some cars really or basically the brakes just locking up.
It felt like there was a small bump on the right front tire as you went across it, and if you were under heavy braking and had wheel in it trying to corner, it would definitely upset the car. And I was just cranking brake bias into it to kind of keep me from spinning out. And Joe was a ton better getting in that corner. I had not a whole lot of confidence getting in there and making, because I about blew the corner one time when I was racing with Mitch. I was like, man, if you're going to run down there, let's go. So I had fun, man. It was a good night. I'm glad to finish on the podium again. It's good points, and I don't think I had any incidents. So
you did not, actually. I can go ahead and tell you did not.
Okay, good. So it's good. I'll take.
Hey, shout out to all that, man. Another good night for you.
Yeah, Patriot Fire, Northern Tool and Equipment, Coastal Safety Auditors. Thanks for Les and Terry for doing all they do for the league and all the competitors in here. It's usually a really clean race and it's pretty respectful, so it's fun to.
Hey, good job tonight again, man.
Thanks, man.
Buddy. Next up, we're going to go talk to Joe Berger, finishing in P3. Joe, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Started P2, finishing third, by like an inch, I might add. Talk us through your race. You had trouble a little bit in turn one, and I noticed a bunch of people having that trouble.
Yeah, turn one is really tricky. The way you kind of enter the corner, you can enter a little wide or you can enter narrow, just depending on your driving style. And to be honest, neither one of them kind of fit mine. So I was actually missing turn one about every lap. You know, right there on the start, you know, Ross got out to the lead, and then he just steadily started just clicking lap times off and putting the distance. I was like, well, it's over, you know, for anybody to really go against him for a win. So I just tried to settle in. And then Mitch was running me down for second, and we just kind of overcooked the last turn a little bit, getting onto the brakes, and it made us go just a hair bit wide. And he had gotten there, so I let him have it. And you know, then we just tried to follow him down into one, and there was a lap car, I think, coming out of the pits, and I think he braked, you know, for them just so he wouldn't get into them. And I didn't even see the lap car until the last second, so I jammed on him to stay off of him, and I shot wide and into one.
Yeah.
And, you know, say that, but I don't know. It was fun getting the race there at the end with Mitch, Tommy, and David. You know, I would have rather it been, you know, maybe for the win, but like I said, Ross Booth has, you know, got everybody covered, seems like, this season. And, you know, as well, I want to just send out an apology to Mitch when I accidentally dove it in there on him a little too hard when Tommy made the pass on him. I was trying to follow Tommy, but I wasn't planning on going in there that deep. And by the time I'd committed, the tires basically had locked up, and I was like, just don't wipe him out. Just don't wipe him out. And we made just a hair bit of contact. I don't think it hurt either one of us, and I don't think he even got an X for it.
He did not.
But,
he did not.
But, you know, man, it was fun there at the end, running with Tommy, running with Mitch, like I said, and running with David. I don't know how I finished third there at the flag. I thought Mitch had got a good enough run
did too, honestly.
the last corner to get me. But, hey, you know, we'll take third. We need it to still compete with Ross in this championship. Every race he showed up to this year, I think he's won. So we definitely got to pick our game up if we want to compete with him and Tommy for the championship.
For sure, man. I know you got to get ready to go another race. We're going to be broadcasting that here as well. You want to give shout-outs and all that?
Everybody, Overtake Motorsports, all my personal sponsors, Swamp Seasoning, Sellers Racing, Sellers Construction. You guys for doing the broadcast, Les and Terry for putting on the league, and everybody out there watching.
Hey, good job, man. Thanks, buddy. So there you go. So that will take care of tonight's event. I hope everybody enjoyed the race. Tune in over on Facebook. We'll be live, and you can watch Joe race over there. Heck of a finish right there at the end, though. Not going to lie. Really good racing there. Congratulations, Ross Booth, picking up the win. Y'all have a great night. Take care, and God bless. See y'all on Facebook.